Today I have a really cool video for you guys. Everyone knows that I love Sonopan. Sonopan has amazing noise stop technology that you can put in the wall behind the drywall that really dampens sound. But I really want to give you guys some technical details about how to install it, how to cut it, all of those things. So we brought in Mike from Sonopan and we have a really good sit-down discussion. I promise you, with Mike on set here with us, you're gonna learn something.
Hey, Mike, I am super happy to have you and to be talking about Sonopan.
Happy to be here.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I must admit the Sonopan product is a favorite of mine. There's a lot of products out in the marketplace where we're talking about making homes comfortable. And normally when you say comfortable, people think insulation. But there's more to it than just insulation, right? They could be comfortable warmth, but there's comfortable sound.
Absolutely. It's all about quality of life in all different aspects. And sound and noise, which is unwanted sound, is certainly an aspect that causes discomfort. But a lot of people don't think about it because you don't notice it until after you move in or after you come into a renovated space. So you see and you think about the hardwood flooring or the granite countertops, but people don't necessarily think about sound unless it's brought up.
100%, 100%. And I tell you, I have done a lot of renovations through my career, and there's very few times where like we put a product up and I immediately feel a difference. Spray foam was one of those products. When we switched from batt to spray foam, I felt a huge difference right away with the quality of the insulation. As soon as we started using your product, the deadening that came with it was absolutely phenomenal. And you're absolutely right. People spend all of this money on the hardwood, on the tiles, on the vanities. Like vanities are crazy expensive. But Sonopan's not expensive. But why don't we start talking about, okay, what is Sonopan? We'll let you explain what it is and what it's made of and why it has such a great STC rating.
Absolutely. So Sonopan is a fiberboard panel, which is a wood panel. It's 100% recycled wood, in fact. And we use noise stop technology. So that's by printing over 17,000 impressions in each panel, it creates an egg carton type effect of varying densities within the panel to allow it to absorb a wide range of sound frequencies. So it's very, very effective across the sound range. And it works really well with all the other standard materials that are typically used for building and soundproofing, like drywall and insulation, potentially resilient channel, any basically standard materials. It adds to that STC rating and that soundproofing.
And the STC rating is the rating in which sound transmissions are calibrated or, I guess, rated. Like a low number would be bad. A lot of sound goes through a low number. Kind of like the R value of insulation, right? This is just the number that we're speaking of, the scientific number, let's say. Is that kind of the way we should describe STC?
So it's what they call, it's a scale. And it's very similar to the decibel scale. So a 10 decibel increase or a 10 STC point increase basically doubles the soundproofing. So it's constantly doubling. So and 50 STC 50 is exponentially quieter than an STC 40. It's not just a linear scale. It's what they call logarithmic. So it gets a bit mathematical, a bit complicated. But to break it down simply, a 10 STC point gain, which is about what Sonopan gives you, it actually adds about 11 to an average wall, will basically double the soundproofing. So without getting into the math, that kind of explains it a little bit, but it does add about 11 STC points, sound transmission class, which measures a loss of sound transmission, or the reduction in sound transmission over 16 different frequencies on the decibel scale, on the frequency scale.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's definitely very technical, right? But let me give you an example of practical. Okay, so when we decided to use this product for the video series that we're doing, and it's called a Diamond Street rebuild, where it's a secondary dwelling that had failed a lot of inspections because the city wasn't involved. So we went in there, we removed all the gyprock that the other contractor had used, and he had used C-channel and he had used Ruxol. Those things he did do. Kind of what I would describe as the old way of doing things. Unfortunately, he didn't do a very good job with the Ruxol insulation. And I don't knock him too hard on this, because using rock salt insulation, although it's a very, very great product, it's very hard to, you're jamming it in between the ductwork, right? You're jamming it in between the water pipes. There's electrical wires everywhere. It's very hard to get that really good kind of seal when it comes to sound. And we're using it for sound. That's what we're using it for, or that's what he had used it for. So the city had came in and they looked at the job that he had done with Roxol, because we had pulled down the ceilings. And they said, you know what, Ryan, no, this is just not acceptable. There's way too many gaps. Like, I don't know, you're taking the Roxol and you're ripping it apart and you're jamming it in all those pieces, right? So what I wanted to do was we tried to save as much of that insulation as possible, because again, what's really good with Sonopan is it really benefits from being stacked, right? Like, it's not just use this one product. It's use Roxol. That's a great product. Put it in the walls, do the best that you can, but then do Sonopan on top of that. And then do your seat channel. And then now all of a sudden you're adding value or like STC rating to your enclosure.
Exactly. So there are different elements of soundproofing. And even in a best case scenario for insulation, you're only getting about 2 to 4 STC points. And that's just the nature of insulation, because it's going between the joists and there's lots of areas that sound can travel through still. So if you test products in different scenarios, they perform differently. But in real life, that's typically what you see from insulation. And especially in a basement where you've got different lighting, different ducts, different things like that. Whereas Sonopan comes in and creates a solid barrier. So it's not a magic product by any means. It's not got any secrets to it, but it has a different element that insulation doesn't have. So you've got the mass from drywall, you've got the resonance reduction and capturing frequencies from insulation, but within the cavity. And then you've got Sonopan, which creates a solid continuous barrier to stop and absorb. And that's why those different elements work really well together. Like you said, the insulation is important, the drywall is important, and as well as the Sonopan, and potentially decoupling in certain situations like multi-residential.
Right. Yeah. When we spoke to the city and we produced a plan to make this compliant with the STC rating, I must admit they were really encouraged to use your product. They were really excited to use your product because they knew that it would be giving that STC rating. But if you may, I have a few technical questions for you.
Of course.
Okay. So you install this just like drywall.
Correct. And you can actually use drywall screws or narrow crown staples to secure it. So it's a little bit faster in certain circumstances.
Okay. How do you recommend, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a hard time here. We're putting it up. Say there's an octagon box for electrical. How, like in drywall, we would do a plunge cut. We would zip around it. How would you cut that out with your Sonopan?
Right. So you could still use that cutout router. But there are a few different ways of, the question is sort of more, I guess, how would you soundproof that electrical box or any opening for a speaker or for a pot light? There's a couple of different ways of doing that. So you can create a box before you finish everything with Sonopan up in the cavity. You can install the in the case of pot lights, which is slightly different, and I will circle back on the octagon box in a second. But with pot lights, you can actually install, most of them are flat panel LEDs now. And you can install the driver in the cavity and either replace the little puck that you cut out of Sonopan or just feed the wire through. So there's a couple of different options there. And then you just hang out the drywall. So the Sonopan maintains that solid barrier. And with octagon boxes, you can buy a putty. I believe it's a soundproofing putty similar to Play-Doh almost. So you mold it around the box and it adds mass and seals off that box. And you can combine different things as well. But the simplest solutions, typically I build a box with Sonopan before or use that putty around the box and then install the Sonopan and drywall. Both of those situations work really well, but it really depends on the situation you're trying to soundproof. Every application is slightly different. And for more extreme applications like rentals, you definitely want to go that extra step. But for single dwelling basements. So say someone's just looking to finish a basement, and they're looking to have a TV room, playroom for the kids, anything like that. Typically, we see Sonopan and half-inch drywall, and nothing is done for those extra electrical boxes or things like that. And people are very happy. So it really does depend on the situation and what type of sound issues you have and how much soundproofing is needed.
Yeah, 100%. I tell you what I want to do. So the reason why I asked the question is because what I want to do is I want to use the plunge cut for the octagon boxes. In the secondary dwelling we're doing, the octagon boxes, I believe, are just the 3 smoke detectors. I'm not concerned. We were going to do something around the box like you talked about. The pot lights, though, I'm glad you brought it up, because what I want to do, first off, I would love to see Sonopan start selling pot lights with it kind of built on the top of the driver. Like that would be super cool. Or but notwithstanding, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the Sonopan with the drill bit. I'm going to feed the wire through, leave the driver up, and then push the Sonopan back up to create the seal. That's what I'm going to do. Because there does come a time where you want to, like, I thought about using acoustic sealant to make sure it's like kind of held up there in the cavity, like in the hole that I did for the Sonopan. But there is a time where you still need to be able to these still need to be accessible to
Correct.
replace, to service them. That's my plan.
And that's something that people do all the time. So you just wedge that in there with a little shim or something like that, and there's such a minimal gap from that plunge cut that it really is exponentially better than having a giant 4-inch hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the other thing is, what about just generally cutting it? Is there any type of special blade I need to put on my circular saw? I mean, we know that we can just cut it with a circular saw, but just a regular rip blade will do the trick.
Sonopan is incredibly easy to work with. So you can either cut it with a sharp snap knife, and you'd want to do multiple passes. The way I recommend to do this is lie them all flat, and that way you don't have any tear out on the back of the panel because you're cutting it on top of another panel behind it. So you can do that, or you can use a circular saw with just a standard blade. Now, we kind of joke that Sonopan it's kind of like Buckley's in the building materials. It is messy, but it works. So we don't use any glues or chemicals, which is a really good bonus in terms of environmentally friendly and safe to use. But because we don't use any glues or chemicals, you will see the dust particles and the wood dust separate a little bit. So if you can cut outside, that's great, or with a dust extractor or track saw inside. But otherwise, as a knife certainly works, or a circular saw is the best, and just expect a little bit of dust.
Well, I mean, we're in construction, right? Like we're in the dust business. That's what I always say. I'm in the dust business. I'm really good at generating dust. But we'll wear a mask. I'm sure it's important to wear a mask when you're cutting anything that generates dust. So we'll wear a mask and we'll get that done. So let's just dig in a little more to the cost of things, and that kind of be the last topic. You kind of mentioned it's $1 a square foot.
Yeah, exactly. So really easy to calculate. Sonopan's around $1 a square foot. We also have a flooring panel that's around $1 a square foot too, so about the same price. And it's not applied to the whole building either. So when you're talking $1 a square foot, you're not looking at a 2,000 square foot house going, oh, I'm looking for a more than $2,000 bill. You're only applying it to maybe washroom walls or basement ceilings or offices, certain applications. So it's not throughout the whole building. It's where noise needs to be mitigated.
Yeah. I think that's very important. And we've obviously, we're using the Diamond Street project as our example, which is secondary dwelling, and we're only doing it in the ceilings. But I think it's important. This stuff also goes on the walls. A bathroom is people ask us all the time to do a little bit of soundproofing in the bathroom, especially en suites. Yeah. And it's a wonderful product for that. And is it about 5/8 of an inch thick? Is that what?
It's 3/4.
3/4. Okay, yeah. So it's got some thickness to it. So you have to count for that in your design.
Correct. And one common question we get as well is box extensions, or how do you do electrical? So because you're bringing the wall out 3/4 of an inch, you want to add a box extension in there, and those are readily available.
Yeah, the electrician would take care of that.
Correct.
We use box extensions on islands. If there's an island where we're doing electrical and the electrical box has to be a little set back or whatever. So we use them all the time. I guess what's important to take away from that comment, though, is the Sonopan is kind of designed to work with the existing building codes and that we have today and the products that we have today. There's nothing particularly special that we need to do. Because sometimes you get a product and they say, oh, it costs about this much, but you have to do 15 other things so that you can install it. Sonopan isn't really like that. It is really about $1 a square foot. There are minor things that you need to do to consider that can easily be considered at the design stage of the renovation. And personally, I highly recommend it. I really do.
That's fantastic. I mean, we love to hear it.
So thank you very much for being with us today and having this conversation. One of the things that I'm trying to teach is everyone knows that there's partnerships with general contractors. General contractors have plumbers, have electricians. We have all kinds of trades that we use, but a lot of times we don't really talk about the partnerships we have with the vendors and the manufacturers. And this is why I wanted to do this quick conversation with you to kind of show our viewers that a good contractor has a lot of different tools in the toolbox, and a lot of different contacts, a lot of different contacts that we can use to really solve a problem. So it's important to have the conversation with your contractor, but it's also important that your contractor has relationships like you and me are building here with this one and the product that we're using. So I thank you very much for spending a few minutes with me today.
My pleasure. It's great to see contractors reach out as well, because we've noticed certainly the contractors that want to elevate their business have reached out to us, and they're willing to learn and want to improve what they do and what their offering is to the customers. So thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks very much. It was good to see you.
Pleasure.